So hi everyone, this is MCO01 and the part 5, page number 13, material MCO01 part 1 textbook, that is organization theory. As we were discussing about this roles of, what is organization, that's the important question. The continuation of that question is, what is the role of the managers in an organization? I repeat, what is the role of the managers in an organization? As you can see, it's page number 13. 1.5. Henry Mills has identified the 10 roles clubbed under three broad categories. So what is the theory? It means that already, 10 roles are there, 10 important roles, but these roles are coordinated under three subtopics. That is, three broad topics it has been given. That means three broad topics will be there. Under that, they have divided the 10 main subgroups. So who described that? Henry Mintzberg. Three main topics as well as the what is that? 10 subtopics. So in that, the first one among the three main topics are interpersonal roles. What is that? Interpersonal roles. As you can see, interpersonal roles have been divided into leading, liaison, symbol or figurehead. In this leading and symbol figurehead, you might get a word meaning, but liaison is a bit different word, but it has simpler meaning. Let's have a look at it. So in their interpersonal roles, manager act as figurehead, lead and interact with members of the organization within the department or outside the department. Now let us understand the three roles, that is the leading, liaison and simple figurehead. Interpersonal roles. Interpersonal means within the organization or within the people. There should be a kind of communication. That is the interpersonal roles. Within, intra means outside, inter means within. So interpersonal roles means the managers will be communicating with its own. So at the same time, the first one is the leading, right? So let's have a look at the leading. Leading is one of the most important roles of the manager. A manager supervises a number of persons reporting to him or her. The manager is responsible for motivating and directing the subordinate. You all know, normally if we are exhibition, if we are having simple seminars and all, we are the leader of that group. We are the leading of that group. If we are captain of particular, what is our duty? To motivate the people or to motivate the members of the organization, to motivate the members of our group. Similar is the role of the manager in an organization. He has to lead it. He has to motivate them. He has to fluctuate the people in the way he wants. So the manager is responsible for motivating and directing the subordinate, as it has been already mentioned. Through the role of leading, a manager helps subordinates to visualize the plan of action. Definitely, what we are going to do, what the subordinate has to do, who has to do it, manager, and help them to achieve the result through the committed performance. And it's not an easy task. There should be a proper commitment in that. So we have learning here roles of the manager, in that it's the main three subtopics are there. In that, we are going to the second one, that is the liaison. So next one is the liaison. Liaison is the role of a manager. Liaison is another role of a manager. Liaison means maintaining a network of interaction with outsider. You can remember, liaison means inter means within the organization. If the communication takes place within, that is inter. I said you, the word inter means within the people, one to another. Intra means outside. So similarly, liaison means outside. It's the another role of a manager. Liaison means meeting a network of interaction with the outsiders who matter. There are many outsiders who really matter with our work. Let's say, for example, a manager leading a production unit. Production unit means what? The production of the thing will be requiring many things. Let's see. To maintain relationship with the external members of the board, regulating authorities, government officials, police force, civil authorities, and isn't it? So many roles will be needed. What is that? Members of the board, regulating authority. Regulating authority means, for example, for licensing, for the packaging purpose, and also the government official for the sanction of the particular property, or else for the sanction or the smooth functioning of the production, and also police force to maintain the law and order. Civil authorities again to maintain the law and order. These all are the, from here to here, these are the external members, but at the same time they play an important role in our procedure that is known as the production. Through this role, a manager establish contact with those who matter in managing the activity. For example, like if I am owning a firm, if I have some interaction with outside, and these are the essential forces where the interactions are a must. So at that time it's necessary that I have to make a contact with them, and that is liaison. And whose duty is that? Manager. So what is that? Inter, and now comes to the intra. Now the third activity is that is a manager is a symbolic head or a firm. We normally say the symbol of a business. For example, the symbol of a particular cricket team. If we see that symbol, we remind everything. We get, yeah, it's a famous thing, something like that. So let's see. A manager is a symbolic head of a firm, of a unit, or a department. You are aware of the role of the head of a family in the same way. For example, if a head of the family is a mom or dad, they are responsible for everything. They direct us, they say their word will be finalized in that way. In the same way, a manager symbolizes the role of a figurehead because he or she has to perform number of duties, legal or the social nature. Legal or social nature is the only word which is little bit tough. For example, like legal means what is something or decision has to be taken in response to the legal. Legal means with respect to the law and order. Then the manager has to take it social. Social means what is it? Social means if the manager has to take the rules and regulation on the basis of social nature in respect to the people around the society, or something else has to be taken, that also manager has to be taken. Has to be taken without fail. So my dear, the one who is watching this video, if I am, is there anything which has to be improvised? For example, like if I am going fast or going slow, or I should maintain a particular speed, and you can suggest in the comment box. So let's see the next broad category, that is that we know that 3 broad category and the 10 sub rules. In one, the first broad rule was already given. Now comes to the information. These are the simple short notes which I have made. Next comes to the informational rules. Informational rules, the main thing comes over here is monitoring, sharing information purpose. Monitoring, sharing information is the word meaning you already know, and the meaning is also exact, but the purpose is a bit different. So let's see. In the informational is the second. Informational, as we have already said, informational means monitoring, sharing information for person. In their informational rules, managers seek information from others. It's not necessary. We all know that no one is perfect in this world. Let it be the manager or the very head of the organization. Everyone has to know the information. So we have to keep updating. If there are any informational rules that if he don't know, it's his responsibility. It's the responsibility of the manager to get it from an outside source. That is the informational first. Informational needs. Inform to others, provide information to the people outside the organization in capacity to the representative of the organization. So, as a manager is the representative or the head of the organization, it's the duty of the manager to see that whether every information, the right information, is reaching to the right candidate at the right time. Then only the structure or the main goal will be successful. That is the profit making. So that's about the information. It's easy that you can write it in your book. However, informational rules have been divided into 3. That is the monitoring, sharing information, spokesperson. Let's see. A manager can act as a nerve center for receiving all. You all know the word meaning of nerve is what is that? Passing of information, passing of message from one nerve and cell to the other nerve and cell. So similarly, a manager acts as a nerve center for receiving all the external and internal information. We know that interpersonal, the first category, interpersonal first one is within the organization, and liaison is getting information from outside, whether it is the internal information or whether it is the internal information or whether it's the external information. He has to monitor it, he has to look after it. Through the role of monitoring, a manager receives information. The manager utilizes some information appropriately. So it is the duty of the manager to act as the nose center no matter what is information, let it be the internal or external. Through the role of monitoring, a manager receives information. A manager utilizes such information appropriately. It's not like he's having the information but he's not sharing it with his lower subordinates or his colleagues. It's waste information. He should know how to utilize. That's the most important thing. That is called as monitoring. I should have that monitoring skill, right information, right time, right person. That's what traffic making stands for. Once a manager has gathered information, he or she needs to share information among the internal employees for the proper execution of the work. Execution of the work means what? For the execution means what? For doing a work. It's not necessarily like he's having the information, he has monitored it, he has understood. Monitored means what is that? He has understood what's information, he's just keeping in mind blindly. It's not that. It should not be that also. So what is the thing is that he has to give the information or share the information to the right person at the right time. Then only the proper meaning will be taking place. That means proper execution will be taking place through meeting, email, circular notice, office board, etc. This is important. It's not like always he can go to the subordinate and he can say it's not acceptable. If it's a very large organization of 1000 or 2000 employees, it's not possible. That is what he has to do. He has to conduct a meeting, or else he has to broadcast a mail, or else he has to give a circular notice. Circular notice means passing out the notice from one day. If several departments is together in an organization, the notice should be circulated. And office order, as an office order also he can give. So let's go meeting, email, circular information, office order. A manager acts as a disseminator of information. Seminator means collection of information. I'll say the word meaning. Seminator means collection of information. Disseminator means dispatch of information. If I'm collecting an information, that is known as I'm a seminator of information. Disseminator means whatever information I have, I'm giving it to the lot of people. That is known as disseminator of information, particularly to subordinate. You should not think that why I am saying each and every word like a child. If you know the word meaning, if you know the exact word and all, at that time you are able to write it of anything. If 20 marks comes, you will be able to write like a rock star for that. Then already we know monitoring, sharing information. So the next information is about the spokesperson. A spokesperson is a manager. A manager is authorized to share information about. So let me remind you, as a spokesperson, a manager is authorized to share information about the organization to outsiders. If it's not like what if there are some information he will share within the organization and he will keep quiet. If there are some information or issues which has to be shared to the outside people, so you can say that this outsider aspect of this liaison and this a spokesperson is almost same. As a spokesperson, a manager is authorized to share information about the organization to outsiders. What he has to do? He has to share the information to outsiders. A manager may share information with outsiders about the plan, strategy, and future direction of the organization. It's not like that always we talk with the subordinates and we take the main decision. Sometimes, at times, there are some decisions which has to be discussed to the outside people. Who are the outside people? We already know who is that. That is the external members of the board, the regulating authorities, or the civil authorities, or legal activities and all. So, the manager may share information to outsiders. Plan strategy. Strategy means what? Different means or different methods. Future direction. Future direction means what? The future plannings of the organization. Sorry. On future plannings of the organization. The sharing of information may be through conference, meeting, the press board in meeting, interview. That has been already said. Conference means it will be held in a room with a group of people. Meeting the press means what? Press conference meeting with the newspaper people. Then board meeting. And also board meeting. Board meeting means what? Only the shareholder people. The head authorities only will be joining that part. And also interview. Interviews means what? By fair means of interview. So we have learned the three broad categories. Now we can go to the third one, that is decisional roles, which is an important part too. Decisional roles. Taking initiative. What do you mean by taking initiative? The word meaning of initiative is, so what I do is I create the code that is hand. Decision should be taken by hand. In that way, actually, it's not a word that it's just simply for sake. Okay, the decision has to be taken through hand. We have to take the decision through hand. So I created a call through hand. You might be thinking crazy, but still it's effective at times. So hand it H for handling disagreement. Decision, when we are taking a decision, definitely disagreement